Looks like me and Vincent caught you boys at breakfast. Sorry about that. What you having?
Hamburgers.
Hamburgers! The cornerstone of any nutritious breakfast. What kind of hamburgers?
Cheeseburgers.
No. Where'd you get them? McDonald's, Wendy's, Jack in the Box, where?
Big Kahuna Burger.
Big Kahuna Burger. That's that Hawaiian burger joint. I hear they got some tasty burgers. I ain't never had one myself. How are they?
They're good.
You mind if I try one of yours? This is yours here, right? Yeah. This is a tasty burger. Vincent, you ever had a Big Kahuna Burger? Want a bite? They're real tasty.
Ain't hungry.
Well, if you like burgers, give them a try sometime.
You're listening to Foundations for Founders, a podcast about startups and life and everything in between. Hey, welcome to another edition of Foundations for Founders. I'm Dan in Post Falls.
I'm Angel in Seattle.
What's up with the robot voice?
I don't know. It just felt like it just came out. It was natural.
How is robot natural?
Yeah. I wanted to kind of give you a nod because I tossed out our robot story.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true, because it was all full of viruses.
It was full of viruses.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody will know what this robot story was, because I don't want to talk about it.
Go figure.
Yeah. Just, you know. Yeah, sorry, listener.
Founder Nation, we're back. We're glad you're back. It is yet another episode of Foundations for Founders.
Indeed it is.
Yep.
So, man, how was your weekend? Or your week?
Well,
yeah.
It was extremely busy. Too much details to completely cover. Today was an absolute loss. I had huge plans to do absolutely nothing today and just loaf around. And my first mistake was probably waking up and getting out of bed. And then my biggest mistake was actually leaving my apartment. And I left, and while I was out, I got an oil change because I was overdue.
Right.
And I was like, I'll go to the car wash because my car is gross, and that won't do. And I get to the car wash, and I find that the front driver's side tire has blown almost completely out of the sidewall. There's just only the sidewall holding this massive, like, goose egg full of air that's ready to burst at a moment's notice. So off to the tire shop I went, and my car has two different size tires that can't be rotated from back to front kind of thing, and they don't have any matching tires, of course, so I had to buy a set instead of just one, and that was like $600 I wasn't expecting to spend today, so that was fun.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it kept going. So came back home. The pug was out and roaming free in the house because he got out of his stay cage, and so that led to me steam cleaning the carpets today and then power cleaning the rest of the house. So my grand plans of actually sitting in front of the television and actually relaxing completely blown out of the water. So being an adult sucks.
That sucks, dude. I'm sorry.
Yeah. How was your week?
I will ask one question, though, at the tire place.
Sure.
So all the ones here, I can barely hear you, man. You're cutting out.
Oh.
Okay,
yeah.
that's better.
Well, I cut out. That's what I do.
Yeah, I know.
I'm in, I'm out.
That's how you
I'm
roll.
a vapor. Yeah.
Like Razor Ramon, you cut out.
Yeah, I'm a digital ninja, my friend.
I like that. Digininja?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anyways.
Yeah.
So at the tire place, the ones here,
yeah,
they have delicious, delicious popcorn as you wait.
Mm-hmm.
Did they have that at least at yours?
They do have popcorn.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
At least one good thing.
Kinda. That's one of the foods I can't eat, though.
Right. Never mind.
Yep.
That's
no popcorn
right.
for this guy. But they did have really burnt Folgers coffee.
Oh, that sounds not good.
Yeah. Not even close.
Not even close.
But like when you're in there, you have to drink it. That's one of the, like, you're standing around, you flip through all the tire magazines that you could possibly stomach. They have CNN with the scroll bar across the bottom of a, 13-inch box television up in the corner. Building is less than 3 years old. And they
Right.
still go out and buy box televisions to put up in the corner.
Where do you even buy
It's
a box TV now?
I know, it's still, probably the Shack, because it had a combo VCR player in it.
Of course it had a VCR
Yeah,
in it.
you know it did. You know it did.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
man. But I have, so I guess to expand on that, the tire place, I have had, and this is a tire place that you know really well because they're all over your neck of the woods. I'm not going to throw their name out on the podcast.
Oh, I know the one you speak of.
Yeah, there's one in Hayden, one in Coeur d'Alene, one in Post Falls. They're pretty much everywhere.
Yeah,
And they're
narrow
also
it
the
down.
only one in West Seattle that's open today, and I didn't want to risk going all the way to Tukwila, where I normally go to get tires. That's what I like. I have had four in a row horrible experiences with this business. And I'm always stuck, stranded, nailing the tires someplace, and they're the only game in town, and I have to go there. And so I was super, super upset that I had to go there today. And much to my surprise, they were really, really cool. So
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, they redeemed themselves a little bit. Still probably not my tire place of choice, but if I'm ever stuck in and I go to a tire place, and they treat me well again, they may just earn back some business on the regular. Who knows?
Wow.
Yeah. So I was pleasantly surprised
Well, I
at that,
mean-
even though it cost me a bunch of money. But yeah.
I've been to that tire place recently.
Yeah.
Because I needed to get a new battery for my truck.
Sure.
And,
they do
and
that
I
there.
found them to be, yeah, they were very helpful.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
the battery was a little bit more than I had anticipated, but it is what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
If only there was a way we could get cars at a better deal than most.
That's factually correct. That would be, somebody should make that a business idea.
You would think somewhere
Yeah.
where all the car dealerships would fight for you.
Mm-hmm. Nah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I
don't know. Someday that'll
some
happen.
kind
I'm
of
sure.
sorcery. I'm not sure what you're talking about.
It's some sort of magic
Yeah.
that somebody might endeavor.
Mhm.
Yeah. If we were video right now is where I would put the graphic that says we actually run a company that does that called Haggle Team.
Yeah, and we would re-air it in VHS format.
Only in VHS format.
Yep.
No, or laser disc. Let's be super old school. The
Yep.
one that nobody really had. Essentially giant CDs.
That's true. Last time I watched Laserdisc, I was in junior high school.
I don't think I ever watched
Yeah,
a laser
I
disc.
watched a Laserdisc for like a chemistry class. It was some sort of lecture that was captured on Laserdisc. I don't know why I remember that. It must have been a riveting lecture at the time. I can't
Must
quite
have
call out
been.
the subject matter, but anyhow, how was your week, man? What did yeah.
Oh yeah, I know. All of
Yeah.
our rambling. Yeah, my week was good.
Good. Enough of your week. No.
Yeah, there you go. That's all it needs to be. Yeah, enough of that.
No, what
Uh,
happened?
I don't know, man. Just all sorts of, running around, meeting with
Mhm.
people. Did have a minor panic attack because I thought my dog broke his
Ugh.
leg. Yeah, it freaked me out. We were
Too
playing
much
around.
sloping around at the dog
and-
park, tens of feet.
No, oh, I do have a funny dog park story. Okay, but I'll tell you about the dog leg real quick. Basically, he was jumping around. He landed funny, started yelping. I was like, oh no, what happened? Limping around. Poor little guy. About a minute later, he stops limping and seems fine. And then I noticed, 2 hours later, he's limping again. I'm like, oh no, what's going on? I talked to a couple vets, and they think he just may have a strained muscle. And this happened a few days ago. Now he seems fine. No limping, no nothing.
Do you
So-
think it was just for attention?
Yeah, he's
Or
needy.
perhaps it was
No.
a cry for help?
Could have been.
Mhm.
No, I think he just pulled something. But funny thing happened at the dog park. Last week. Did I tell this story already?
About them sliding around tens of feet?
No, not the sliding around. So when I went to the dog park.
Because no, I've
I-
never heard that one. No.
Right, no kidding, right? I know, such an idiot. No, so I decided that I would go to the dog park with my dog, and there was, dozens and dozens of dogs there. It was just a litter of animals. And I thought it would be kind of funny if I played the dog whistle app. And they all ran to me like I was Ace Ventura.
It worked?
Oh, it worked.
Wow.
Like a charm. Every dog just looking at me, running towards me. Just a herd of animals. of every shape and size you can imagine.
Wow, I didn't know that the phone could broadcast in such a frequency.
Oh yeah, it was great.
That's kind of awesome.
Yeah, I do it to my dog all the time. We'll just be sitting there and I'll just tap the app and he just looks up at me like, what was that? It's pretty great. I recommend it with your dogs.
Nice, yeah. I'll have to look into that for sure. I
Yeah,
did
there's
find a
free...
really old piece of tech that I own when I was cleaning stuff today.
Oh, can I guess?
Go for it.
I'm going to guess mini disc player.
No. Nay.
Oh, okay.
Nay.
Okay.
I had this, it's like a little keychain device that it's like a one button, I think there's two buttons on it. Yeah, there's two. You push one button and it starts skipping through all the television frequencies until it finds the one that shuts off whatever monitor is nearby,
Yes.
kind of thing, and then you push the other one and it will turn them on, you know. So I thought that was kind of cool.
I used to have one of those, and I would mess with it so hard at Best Buy.
Oh yeah, it was like a Think Geek kind of purchase from forever ago. Yeah, I've never had the nerve to, but I've always wanted to like stand in like the SeaTac airport at the arrivals departures television screens, you know.
Oh, that's a great way to get arrested.
Yeah, and then just walk by with it in your pocket and just stand there and then have all the screens go dead and look around and shrug and then just walk away kind of thing. I just haven't had the nerve, man.
Yeah, that is a great way to get arrested.
Well, yeah, you don't stand there and point it at there. You know, like you got to be kind of slick about it.
Still, though.
No, I agree.
They'll find you.
They will
the
find
man
you.
is always
That's
watching.
True.
All right, so we should probably get into our
I think
stories.
they put listening devices in our cheese.
Oh, it's not just the cheese. It's the
Have you
sandwiches.
seen that commercial? Oh
No.
my God, it's funny. It's one of those Rob Lowe. Have you seen those, the DirecTV ones?
Oh, yeah.
The super nervous or super conspiracy theorist Rob Lowe or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's funny.
Those are awesome. All right, so we got some stories.
Mailbag.
Mailbag. So for the first one comes from PCMag.com.
PCMag.com.
The headline reads, Google now gets new cards from 40 more apps.
Mm-hmm.
So essentially what's going on is if you have an Android phone, there's this functionality called Google Now. It's the whole, isn't it the hey Google, what's up with this? Or hey Google, how do I do that? Right?
Do you have an Android phone?
I do have an Android phone.
What model?
I have the Galaxy S5.
Hold down the home button, and it should bring you to that Google page, or the Google Now with all the cards on it.
Right,
All right,
I'm
now
seeing
say,
it.
okay, Google.
Okay,
Where
Google.
is Dan Reyes?
Where is Dan Reyes? It showed me the Drake Hotel.
Okay, well, it's got to learn your voice a little bit, but check this out. I think my phone's loud enough you might be able to hear this, because I use this feature all the time, and it's starting to be adaptive in conversation.
Oh, nice.
Okay, Google, where was President Obama born?
Barack Obama was born in Honolulu, Hawaii.
Now check this out. Okay, Google, how tall is he?
Barack Obama is 6 feet 1 inch tall.
Okay, Google, thank you.
You're welcome.
Nice.
So it's starting to get adaptive, which is something I noticed, like, because it remembers the last query was, how tall is President Obama?
Barack Obama.
Or where was he born? And the next query is, how tall is he? And it still remembers the search thread. Instead of bringing me to a Google search page, insert article he, random blast of several hundred million search results, right? So it has gotten amazing in the last year. And I think this article is covering they're getting 40 new apps that are going to start feeding it more cards that are based on logic results for like things that you do or what it thinks you're going to do. Most of the time I've been ultra impressed by because YouTube is owned by Google now. So if I watch the same video over and over again, if I think it's funny, or if it's like a motorbike video, for example, it will tell me hey, there's a new video posted about the, you know, the bike that you've been watching over and over and over again, right? Like it'll be, hey, check this out. This is new because it knows I watch that a lot, you know, or that I'm interested in it.
Right.
Or, you know, if you put a star on the Google Maps about where your work is and stuff, frequently that card will pop up that says, you know, oh, and you're only 14 minutes away from work because it knows every day at 6 o'clock sharp, I'm on my way out the door to work. So, yeah,
Right.
this is kind of cool. They're listing stuff I don't use, so that might become annoying.
Yeah, I'm looking at the Google Now actual landing
Mhm.
page. There's all sorts of stuff on mine. Stuff I wouldn't imagine, like Instacart tells me what grocery items I'm missing out on and I can get.
Oh, that might be kind of
Um,
cool though. Can you
Yeah, that would
plug
be
in?
cool. I don't think.
Uh,
No, I don't think I've plugged in
I'm
any
a
of these. I think
vegan and
these
I
are just
can't
the
eat
generic.
anything except for X, Y, and Z ingredients, and I
Well,
everyone wonders if that's
2 out of the 3 options are
yeah.
vegan. Bananas and organic
Mhm.
raspberries. The pesto, it really depends on the pesto, so I don't know. Um, Waze is on here, as is Wattpad, which is books. What was the one that I saw that was funny? Yes, Shoddy,
Mhm.
Shaadi, which appears to be a Indian dating site.
Excellent.
So I have options apparently in Bangalore,
There you go.
India.
At least they're
So that's
yeah, at
good
least
to
they're
know.
getting on the Google Cardboard early. Now,
Yeah.
this is also something else. Like, have you explored any of the Easter eggs in the Google search at all?
No, what was some?
So I will give you one. Go back to that home screen where it will uh, pick up your voice when you say "Okay, Google," and then ask it to do a barrel roll.
Okay, hold
Mhm.
on. Okay, Google, do a barrel roll. It just took me to a website that says do a barrel roll.
So you have to wait for the little "padoop" after you say "Okay, Google."
Okay, Google, do a barrel roll.
Too fast.
Oh, it flipped the
Yeah.
screen around.
And then this one's my
Nice.
favorite. Okay, Google, make me a sandwich.
Poof, you're a sandwich.
What?
So, poof, you're a sandwich.
Oh, that's what I thought it said. I was like, that's awesome.
It used to be kind of cold about it. She would say, "No, make it yourself," or something like that. It was pretty funny. Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Anyway, PC Mag's
Well,
all
very
about
cool.
it, dude. They're bringing us great
They're
information
bringing us
about
40 new
Mhm.
cards, all sorts of new ways to integrate.
And why not? Yeah.
Which now supports eBay,
Mm-hmm.
Runtastic, just to name a few. Can also do your Fandango account, your Orbitz account, Urban Spoon. So that's pretty awesome. That's just to name a
Nice.
few. So yeah, that's exciting. Very cool. Okay, so let's get to the next story.
Exciting, but that's probably the first time you've ever used the.
It's the second time. I used it when I was in Seattle when I was with you and you're like, "Hey, check this
Yeah.
out." Yeah, I'm that guy. It's a good thing I run a tech company,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Well, we're not a
Yeah.
tech company, but we're definitely in the e-commerce space. Yeah.
For sure, for sure. So, okay, this next story comes to us from modvine.com, and the headline reads, Exploding Kittens card game explodes on Kickstarter.
Yeah, I heard about this.
So, if you haven't heard the buzz, there's a game on Kickstarter that's looking for funding. The game has now officially been the most backed Kickstarter ever. And what that means is the most number of people to back it.
Leave it to Foundations for Founders to basically plug what's already the most successful crowdfunding startup in history.
Oh, and they still got time to go. So originally, this game, Exploding Kittens, which has been described as a Russian roulette-style card game that involves kittens and lasers and sometimes goats.
But not real kittens.
The game was created by Elon Lee, Shane Small, and is illustrated by Matthew Enum from The Oatmeal.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty cool. They were originally looking for $10,000. They have, at last check, raised over $4.9 million.
That's awesome.
Right. So I imagine this game is going to happen. As of writing this story, there was still 19 days left. So there's that. And so they still have time to make more money.
So part of this, real quick, part of the crowdfunding thing is that this is an educated risk, right? Like, I basically
Right.
sign off my $10 if I don't get the first pressing or first run of whatever the company's doing because they don't make enough money to reach their goal. Then I'm just
not
out
true.
$10, or do you get your money back?
No. Your money is only taken if if the product reaches its goal or the campaign reaches its
Okay.
goal. So if they don't make it, then you get your money
Yeah.
back.
Because
So
the way you put
a
that
friend of
made it
mine-
sound like, maybe they won't make the game, and then what? They just storm away with
Oh no, they're gonna
with
make it.
$4.9
They're gonna make this
million
game.
dollars.
Yeah, 4.9
That's
mil.
awesome.
I'm sure they'll make 5
Mhm.
mil, easy. They still got a bunch of days left. So I've given to Kickstarters in the past. One of them I can think of was a friend of mine was trying to fund an independent film, and just didn't get enough funding. Another person I know was able to successfully fund his web series, and they've started making a web video called Transsolar Galactica, and they made pretty good amount of money and were able to buy a red camera. So if you know anything about video, red camera's pretty pricey.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So I mean, sometimes it works, sometimes it
Heck
doesn't.
yeah.
I know people
Are we
on
gonna
both
give them a
ends.
spot on the Founder Nation?
Sure, why
Sure.
not? Or should we just run a Kickstarter for us?
No, we don't need a Kickstarter.
I know.
I definitely want them on the show,
But
though.
I can reach out and see
Yeah.
if they do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, is that you nudging me digitally?
Yeah.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
I don't know why I did that. That's pretty
Yeah.
stupid. Oh well, whatever. Yeah. Do you have anything else you want to mention about exploding kittens?
No.
Okay. Did you just make a bleep
Yeah.
sound? Okay, fair enough. All right. So the final story comes to us from Fox13now.com. This is the Fox affiliate in Salt Lake City. The headline reads, "Would you pay with lovin'? McDonald's tempting offer, temporarily offering random customers the unique option."
Wait,
essentially-
whoa. Hang on.
Yeah.
Hang on. What? Would I pay
So,
with lovin'?
between-
Is that what you said?
Right. Oh, pay with lovin', baby. So-
No.
Well, hold on. You might randomly be selected between now and February 14th, Valentine's Day. At all sorts. Well, it doesn't make it clear if it's all sorts of different McDonald's. I imagine it is because the video is very, very corporate. But you can randomly be asked, would you like to pay for that, or would you like a hug?
I'm watching it right now. This can't be real. Hang on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Starting February 2nd. So, my favorite holiday, Groundhog's Day, which we went over last time.
So,
Yeah.
okay, I'm
You can-
listening to him right now. All they get. So if they call their loved one on the phone, that's enough.
That's enough. Or a hug,
Okay.
or a pound.
What
Yeah.
a unique and weird and odd idea. I thought it was you had to give
Little-
the cashier a hug or something, and
Little dance, maybe.
it's just, oh wow. Okay.
Would you pay with a hug?
No, I would not.
So the guy says, I will give you a quarter pounder
Mhm.
meal, which is a very tasty burger, I
Mhm.
might add. and a very cool drink to quench your to quench your thirst. And would you know exactly what I'm doing with that, don't you?
That is a tasty burger.
It is indeed, sir. We love Samuel L. Jackson a lot, and whatever, have for years. Anyways, so you're telling me the cashier tells you, hey, you can pay for that, or you can give me a hug, or hug the person behind you.
I would give them money.
Just
Yeah.
like that? Okay,
I don't
fair
like to be
enough.
touched. I'm that
That's
guy.
true.
I
That is
don't
true.
do massages. I think they're great. They're probably stress relieving. I think they're absolutely wonderful for not me. I don't like to be touched. Yeah.
Right. I'm aware
Mhm.
of this.
No, I
Yeah.
wouldn't do it, but you would. You'd run around and just put your hands around somebody and give them a big squeeze.
I would hug willy-nilly.
Yeah.
I would hug silly. I would hug a man named Billy.
To pay for your green eggs and ham or what?
I'm just being silly.
Oh, dude.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. That ends my
you know,
underground
'cause
rap
that
career.
That'd be on the presses. CEO of
What?
Hagglechimp found at local McDonald's,
Just randomly hugging people.
affectionately promoting business. And then there's just
I love that
picture of
idea.
you just-
Affectionately promoting.
it's just
business.
embracing random dude or yeah.
I hope you embrace my corporate
Oh
ideals
man.
as I embrace you.
Oh. See, that's why I'm in marketing, dude. Yep.
Yeah. Because you can't take that.
Yeah. They can't
Okay.
take that from us, sir.
I know some of your coworkers at your day job listen to this.
That's true. That is factually
Those people
correct.
listening randomly
Intently
run up
listening,
and hug him.
waiting for me to slip up and actually
Oh.
label where I work and what I do.
Right. You
Yeah.
people know, hug him. Randomly
Yeah,
hug
no,
him.
not so much. That would be, and yeah, I work in such an environment where that's
That
is-
wouldn't happen.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
I know. Or would it?
I'm sure it does happen, not to not me, which is fine.
I want to know if it does
Oh,
happen.
I'm sure it does. I'm sure it does.
Right. No. I want to know if it happens to you.
Oh no.
Now that we brought
Yeah.
this up.
I mean, I'll be honest with you if it does.
Okay. I'm going to want to know.
But I am
I'm
not
gonna
going to
wanna
be
know.
thrilled about it. Not even a little bit.
I know you won't. You'll be like my dog when I give him a bath. Very upset.
Yeah, I probably
Yeah.
I'd walk
Yeah.
around like my feet were wet and shake and yeah. hmm
That's awesome.
Or I would just
That's
fall down
awesome.
yelping that my leg hurt.
Just limping for
Yeah.
about a minute. Yeah. It was the front left paw, so.
But he's okay though, right? Yeah.
Oh, he's fine.
Back
he's
to
fine.
his destructive Baltar ways.
Oh,
Good.
totally. Betraying mankind left and right. It is what it is. I still want to get another dog and named it.
Postman, and I want to see how many references we've made in just this episode.
We've made
Yeah.
a lot.
It's great because you and
That's
I
pretty-
go back so damn far that it's second nature. Oh, like I'm sure
Right.
the Founder Nation is like they're off their rocker. They've lost it. This is the episode where they've finally lost it.
Maybe I lost my wallet. Perhaps you've seen it. It's brown, leather bound. Yeah. If anybody gets that, message in at what is it? At FFF_.
There it
Nation?
is. At FFF_Nation. Yep.
Right. Let us know if you catch that movie
Uh-huh.
reference. Yeah. That would be amazing. Oh man. Okay, I know what movie
Not
I'm putting in for the
$1,500.
quote.
I'm buying something for my money.
I just want to walk the earth like Kane
Yeah.
from Kung Fu. That's all I want
Mm-hmm.
to do. Yeah. Although I won't eat pig. You know
What
why?
is that?
It's an unclean animal.
Cleaner.
It's a filthy animal.
Boom!
Okay, we got to take a break, and we'll come back with our discussion topic about
Discussion
details.
topic, details.
Buying a used vehicle can be very stressful, but HaggleChamp.com makes it much easier. At HaggleChamp.com, all you have to do is tell us what make, model, and year that you're after, and we'll alert our dealer network. Our dealers will give you their offer, and you can declare your #1 contender. That's the offer you like the best so far. This then re-notifies the dealer network and encourages them to give you an even better deal. It's free to use, so head over to HaggleChamp.com. That's HaggleChamp.com.
Welcome back, Founder Nation. This is Foundations for Founders. I am Angel in Seattle.
And I am Dan in Post Falls.
This, of course, as usual, expected and loved. It's brought to you by HaggleChamp.com, where you can buy like a champ, save like a champ. We're glad you're back.
Yes, I'm glad you are back as
I'm
well,
glad
sir.
I'm back.
Or should I call you Pumpkin?
Nah. No. I mean, if I get
Are we done with?
gray
Are
suit
we done?
at work in the workplace, I'd expect
Right.
that someone to call me Pumpkin. I'm sure.
Well, no, I was
Uh-huh.
trying to make the Pulp Fiction reference.
Oh yeah, and Honey Bunny.
Yeah.
We're promoting an odd image of our relationship here on the Founder.
Yeah, we kind of
Yeah.
are. Yeah, that's not the case, people. But anyways, it's the distance more than
Yeah.
anything.
Yep.
Yeah. Right. Oh man. Okay. So our discussion topic is details and how details are extraordinarily important in business.
But not like
makes
details in prepping for the show.
No, why would we do such a thing? That's crazy talk. No. So we're basing this off a story that came out actually just a couple days ago. The story is from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. The headline reads, "Spelling error destroyed a business that cost the UK $17 million." So a 124-year-old Welsh family business, which took 5 generations to build, yet a blunder over a single letter was all that it was needed to cause its collapse, leaving the British government with a $17 million legal bill. The High British Court has found that the government department liable for the demise of Taylor and Sons Limited, all because of a typo. So essentially what happened was there were 2 companies, Taylor and Sons and Taylor and Son, singular. Taylor and Son was a completely unconnected, unrelated company that had actually gone bust. Well, the Department of Business, Innovation, and Skills accidentally recorded the company as it was, I think they were just like renewing their licenses and all that, as Taylor and Son as opposed to Taylor and Sons. That extra S flagged that they were out of business and that their creditors needed to be paid back and all this stuff, and basically destroyed this company virtually overnight. It's ridiculous.
How does this happen in modern day? Like this sounds more like the plot to a movie.
Oh, it's going to be a movie. This is too good not to be. But this happened. The original error happened in 2009. The company, Taylor and Sons. Am I getting that right? Because it's confusing. Yep. Yeah. Taylor and Sons originally employed more than 250 people. So this isn't a little company. So the error happened in 2009 in February, and basically all their creditors called up saying, "Hey, you owe us money because you're out of
These
business."
guys are agriculture?
Yeah, they're industrial.
Yeah. Like
yeah,
a steel thing,
I-
right? I read this
something like that.
I read this day before yesterday. I'm trying to catch up.
Yeah, and I've read a couple different versions of it. Yeah, there's some sort of manufacturer of a sort. But, yeah, the owner of the business was actually on vacation when all this happened. and he said that he got an angry phone call from one of his creditors saying, "How could you be on vacation at a time like this? You're going bankrupt."
Oh man.
Yeah, and that's when he found out about it. And so for like 3 days, the owner I know was like feverishly calling up people saying, "Hey, we're still in business. Hey, we're still in business. I don't know what's going on, but we're fine." But it was too late. The damage was done.
Jeez.
Yeah. It's pretty amazing. So this is just a big reminder of just paying attention to everything and double and triple checking. Like, you never know. Man.
Yeah, I mean, so far a lot of the detail things that we've done have been mostly bounced ideas off one another and screened right then and there. Like, I don't think this is a good thing to promote, or I don't think this is a great idea to get behind, or, oh, this is awesome, we should work it out. Thankfully, everything that we put through a fine-tooth comb also goes through legal, which is nice, because I definitely don't have bandwidth to comb through a contract. You know what I mean? Like, I leave that to more educated minds, I guess. But like, wow. Like, I mean, so what happens to this guy? Like, we got 250 people out of a job now, and
250 people out of the job. Basically, he sued the government and won. Yeah, because they kicked him out of business essentially, and so he won $17 million. It basically is out of business. It's too late to rebuild. Well, I guess you could always rebuild, but as far as Taylor and Sons, that company is dead. All over an S.
Wow.
Which, yeah.
Yeah, no, we were talking pre-show. You would come bring this company back to life under just the letter S, right?
Oh, yeah. I totally would. Totally.
Would you what would your ad look like? Just a big
Oh man, just a big letter S.
Comic Sans or Old English or
Oh no. Something prim and proper, show that I know that this is an
Times
S.
New Roman.
I don't know if you saw Man of Steel, but the S stands for hope. So
this is craziness. So I mean, what did the government structure have anything to say about? I'd assume they'd keep pretty quiet, but like,
yeah, from the stories I read, there wasn't much to say other than here's your 17 million. They're pretty. Yeah. They know they messed up. I mean, it was just okay.
You would think though, like, I don't know. It's like, this is beyond me. Just
I imagine a government worker got fired over this one.
Well, yeah, I would assume so, but
yeah,
like, you just can't let that happen. I mean, it's tax season full swing right now in the United States, and nobody gets like a tax dividend error in their favor to the tune of multiple $1 million, I'm sure.
Right. Well, I imagine like I mean, there's so many examples of where the details bit somebody. What is the movie? Dawn of the Dead. The original Dawn of the Dead movie. They forgot to put their copyright at the end of their credits, and because of that movie for a long time was in public domain.
Oh wow.
Because they forgot to copyright it. Same thing with It's a Wonderful Life. That's why there's so many movies in the 80s and 90s. In the background, you'll see It's a Wonderful Life. It's because the studios didn't have to pay to put it in there.
There you go.
Yeah.
How about that?
It's little stuff like that really just, people don't realize.
There's been some comedy things where the devil was in the details and nobody noticed, and it's blown my mind. Like, I'll give you a prime example. Here in Seattle, Washington, for quite a while, there was the South Lake Union Trolley, right? So that acronym spells slut. Yeah.
Right.
And so you would have to think, how many contractors, developers, city planners, licensing agencies, government officials, like at the local level, like state legislators, all this stuff. How many people had to approve those plans for the South Lake Union Trolley before they put up the big sign and went, oh God, it says slut. Really? And to this
you
day,
would think they would use that.
yeah, like to this
Yeah.
day, like you can go to any like Seattle, especially like in Pike Place and all the tourist trap spots. Like there's Come Ride the Slut T-shirts all over the place, and it's just kind of become a staple Seattle comedy blunders. But I've actually given that a
Right.
considerable amount of thought. Like how many people saw these plans for it finally came to opening day and went, oh no, like we got to change this. We got to change this quick.
I'm just amazed
Yeah.
by that.
I mean, and there's
Wow.
been a few like intentional play on words kinds of things like that where it was very obvious, but
Right.
it I don't know. I
Yeah.
feel for the people that were so impacted by this, right? Like there's
Right.
a lot of lives all of a sudden out of a job. Now, how long did it take them to actually close and lose money? This thing says in a span of 3 days it was basically tied up.
Yeah, up and gone. Yeah.
72 hours.
Yeah. 72
Letter
hours.
S.
Mm-hmm.
Did
But
the former owner, now multimillionaire, have anything to say about it? Limited quotes in this story, but
Yeah, it's really
I
limited
didn't
quotes.
read any of the other ones like you have, so
All the one that I see is the owner says, although it was a long, painful experience and very expensive, the truth has come out and a judge understood fully what they, the company's house, the government, did. It's worthwhile because we never would have known the full extent of what went wrong otherwise. So it sounds like he was frustrated, angry, and just wanted to know, like, did he mess up? Did he not?
how long
you know?
did the suit last?
Well, it started in 09 is when everything happened.
And it
so,
closed.
And I know that
It
the
just
suit,
closed
it
this
closed-
year, like the end of last year.
yeah, this year,
Wow.
right. So yeah, that would be an expensive battle.
I just wonder now about like the legacy of this family, right? Like, so I have met a few what I would call them trust fund babies. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Where they're just born into an incredible amount of wealth that just sits there and accrues interest, and it's in investing, and there's all these accounts and all this stuff. Had to start from somewhere. So 5 generations prior to this family's state of being was the backbone of a family-owned business that was in the industrial, steel manufacturing, I think it is, or at least they have contracts with it according to the story, and worked their way up to, what sounds like not a powerhouse business, but at least a, modest business, family business in England. And now the entire dynamic of that name will change over the course of the next 5 generations. Right? Like
Right.
the whole old money, new money kind of thing. It's just interesting to me. Like, I wonder how their future generations are going to be. Like, are they just going to grow up into wealth and head off to great schools, and are they going to get into politics? Like, there's a whole new world of opportunity where when you're saturated with that much money, you know what I mean? There's several different ways you can go with that, and I wonder how that's going to turn out long term.
Yeah, I mean, I would say, especially for the younger generation of this family, they've got a political platform to jump on if they want to. Like, oh, the government messed with my family, all vote for me.
Yeah, easily. Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of tone, and they've got a great record. You're not really gonna go against them. And then plus what they're saying, oh look, we used to be job creators, and look what happened to us. That whole deal. So yeah, politics is an option, I would say. You got a good nest egg to rebuild something or create something entirely different, But I imagine if your family was in that industry for 124 years, probably going to stick to what you know.
I would think so because, learning a brand new dynamic, let's just throw something crazy out there. Like, okay, so steel mill plant, 124 years, gone. How old is the guy that owns it right now? Like he's
does not say in this story.
Of the 5th generation. Let's say he's
say 60s, early 60s.
So you think he's older? He's like approaching retirement age, that kind of thing.
That kind of thing. Maybe he's got like a 34-year-old son in the wing.
So this transition will happen pretty quick. But let's imagine that, for the last 3 or 4 generations, all you have ever known is this, this steel plant.
Right.
Could you feasibly be successful in opening a completely different business? Right? Like,
oh, no, I found it. The owner's
57 years old. All of a sudden he wants to make tennis shoes. Right? Like, could that even be possible? Your entire life was born into, I would assume, taking over the family business, grew up working in it, know the books, know what it's like, know all your contacts, your vendors, how your sales effort works, what the economy structure looks like. You know your place in the market segment, plus minus aggressive growth, and it doesn't sound like they're highlighting any of that, so this is all speculative, right? Could you win, or would that be a loss of money? Like, I want to make cookbooks. I want to make shoes. I want to make something else, and you open a small company to do that. All you've ever known is the steel mill in that industry. Obviously, I would agree with you. You'd want to stick to what you know, but do you even think that would be possible? Like, could somebody win without spending a bunch of money and possibly losing?
I think it's a big gamble. I mean, it's almost like you got $17 million. You probably got to pay some people back. So let's say you even walk away with half of it after lawyer fees and maybe some debts that you've incurred over that legal battles. So you're still sitting at what, $8.5 million, something like that. So that's a good chunk of change. Do you just invest?
I think you'd have to, and here's why. I don't think you can go back to what you know.
I would agree in some respects.
Because you are the guy from the incredible business blunder. Your name is now attached to the bankruptcy. Obviously, that's been expunged if he won the lawsuit against the government.
Right, he's won the lawsuit.
Who's going to welcome that dude with open arms into the board of directors for another steel plant?
I don't know. Maybe
unless unless
he's the guy who fought the government and
won.
Well,
right.
too.
Unless you're that wildly popular, and I assume he would be on the local level, so the people that would matter would understand. Like, oh yeah, that's the guy that had the most unfortunate typo in the history of business. But
right.
Like, I mean, would your name be that tarnished with all your buyers if they weren't willing to hear out the situation and pulled the plug in less than 72 hours for him to go literally bankrupt because of the fact that they sold the information to the creditors with a typo on it? I mean, if business is moving that fast and they were soured on the idea of we're about to lose all this money, got to pull the plug.
Like, did they use it as an excuse to get away from them anyway?
Well, that's always a possibility. I mean, there are endless political headaches in a macro
and that's a good point because that now him as the owner, or no longer owner, would he want to go back to that scene? How fast everybody left him?
You're the guy that X, Oh yeah, I'm not getting in business with that guy. We were going to lose all this money, or so we thought. Even if you understand the situation, would you reopen that account? And I don't think he can do it. I mean, and even if he could, if it was me, I'm not sure I would want to.
Okay, so here's this as an
sad
option.
For 5 generations worth of business to go, but I think it's time to turn over a new leaf. If it was me, no way would I even attempt that.
Okay, so here's my idea. What if you take that money from the government, you reach out to your former plant managers or whatever, some higher up guys in your company, and you say, look, let's start a company under your name. I will give the seed money, and we build it under your name. Since, ex-employee and the cog, or the cog in the wheel of the former company still knows everything, probably knows a lot of the same business contacts. but doesn't have the tarnished name.
Perfect. So you become an investor, just like you said, because nobody is
Right.
going to let him run it. Even
Right.
if you're an outside consultant and it's your best buddy in the whole wide world,
Well,
they're going to.
and the guy's 57. He may not want to run
Yeah,
it
but
anymore.
that was my whole original point, though. Like, now your sons and their sons and their sons are all going to have a completely different generational dynamic being brought up into not having a multi-generational business in this industry.
No, but they would in a respect in that they could rebuild under somebody else's name, but still own the company.
It
Now
right,
that-
you're
you know.
yeah, that's like angel investment. But you're
Right.
still not running a steel plant. You're just on the board of directors, and most modern businesses don't let you will your chair to the next in line of your household. You're just entitled to whatever the faction money of the investment is. It would be literally no different 2 generations from now than my
Right.
investing in being the majority stockholder in
Oh, that's my dog.
Crest or something, right? Like, I used
Right.
to own Colgate toothpaste. Typo happened. I'm out. 2 generations from now, they just have a bunch of money tied up in Crest. Like, they have no legal stand ownership. I mean, you're talking literally about just investing. I think they're going to be a family of investors. Even if he's got the majority direction, sits on the board of directors, president of whatever. I don't think. I think the world has changed for this family, and it's really interesting to think about, and speculate on the possibilities of where they'll go. But, like, where are they now? Like, when did the suit close? The story broke.
The suit was 4 years in the
Yep.
making. The story came out just a few days ago. So.
What's the guy's name?
What is his name?
Taylor?
Mr. David. Yeah. Philip Davidson Seaby.
Oh,
Seabury.
Seabury?
Seabury,
Huh.
yeah.
Let's see what this.
So not Taylor and Son. Yeah. But I think I have your answers. What's next for the family? Reality show.
Yeah.
I think that's
Giving
the
out
answer.
free hugs at the local McDonald's.
They may need to pay for the food. Yeah. Yeah. So, I don't know. If you're running a business, if you're in a startup, if you're
Details.
even just working.
Details.
Yeah, if working for the man,
Details.
details.
And furthermore, like, how did their own accountants miss that? Like, I can't wrap my head around this whole thing, right? So they sent, I'd assume they filed their taxes, and then the tax agency put the typo on it, and then the tax man said, "Oh, look at this, it's all horrible," and then sent off, because the backbone of the story is that they had already sold off the information to the creditors. Like, go get your money. Here's your boy right here. We just got his tax return. He allegedly is in the
I don't know if it was a tax return, though, because it's English, so it's a little bit different than us. I'm almost wondering if it was like with HaggleChamp, we have to file yearly. Hey, we're still in business. Here's our forms with the state, I wonder if it was that.
Well, yeah. I mean, however they get the information, and then they don't tell whoever was in charge of filing that information at Taylor and Sons, or Taylor and Son. Yeah, Sons.
Right.
They don't tell them, "Oh, hey, by the way, you owe us a bunch of money." And even if they did, they couldn't clear that up before they. I mean, that's why he won the lawsuit, before they sold the information off to the creditors or whatever. How does that not get frozen, put under investigation, and locked up right away? Like, I just don't see. I just don't get it.
I don't either, man. I don't either. But it's bonkers. It sucks.
Don't move to England.
I wish that. Yeah, don't go to England. What?
Well, yeah, I wouldn't trust the tax man over there.
I do love Doctor Who, though, so I kind of want to go to England.
I know.
I'm
I'm
a nerd.
Googling this guy now. It was Philip Davidson Seabury, right?
Right.
Mr. Philip Davidson Seabury, Lawn and Weed Expert Limited.
Right.
Active companies 4. Date
Well,
date of
he's
appointment
on
July
LinkedIn.
9, 2007. I don't think it's the same guy.
It
It is
is.
4 active companies, 0 inactive companies. Nationality British.
I think somebody created a fake LinkedIn account for this guy because he has 0 connections and is the managing director at Taylor Engineering.
Weird.
I wonder if that's his new
Just
company.
riding that Taylor name into the ground, huh? Literally.
Why not? Oh no, Taylor Engineering's a company.
Yeah, not the same guy though.
Oh, I don't know.
Wikipedia? No. Because the internet.
It looks like it could
the
be.
internet wouldn't lie. Television never.
No, why
Yeah.
would the internet lie?
TV's been truthful always.
Yeah. This looks like a big company, this Taylor Engineering UK.
Huh.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Get a legal team.
Always. Always.
Hey, so we were supposed
It's
to
very
have.
important.
I wanted to point this out. I've been watching Twitter. You had made a prediction this year about wearables going out wayside.
Yeah.
Apple plans to start shipping the Apple Watch in April. More
Yeah,
wearables.
that's right.
And people are going to
No,
buy them
I
because
think-
of that Apple logo. Yeah.
Some people will, but I don't think long term they're gonna stick around.
No, long term, I really
don't. I think it'll be a fad for a while. Yes, maybe this year they're popular, but by next and the year after, nah. I don't see people
Yeah,
sticking
I
with them.
posed that question to a few of my tech buddies, sort of in that same vein. Like, what's the future of the next technology in this market or that market? And
Right.
I was asking them about video games primarily. Okay, so at this point, with all the crazy PlayStations and Xboxes and all this other stuff, like, you can be treated for PTSD after playing the latest insert name of war game franchise here. It's that realistic and scary. Right? Like, literally, where does it go from here? Like, you know what I mean? Years ago, it was just, the Atari and, Pong and all that stuff, and we all know the story. We've all seen it evolve. It is where it is now, and I think you could literally get treated for PTSD on how realistic some of these war games are. Like, it's horrifying to some degree, with all the brain matter and blood splatter and whatever else, but it's like, where do you go from here? And not just with war games, you know what I'm saying, but just generally speaking. And the consensus was kind of an old idea. It's, virtual reality, I guess. I mean, it doesn't get much more immersive than that, at least with the technology levels as we have them. Although it got me looking into, what are they doing about that? And recently, I don't have the story in front of me, but recently Microsoft did a whole holographic projection of, I want to say it was like some city or, you know what I mean? Like in this big grandiose room, like, that scene from Star Wars where like he puts the little marble on the star map and it, the lights go down and the light emanates from inside the globe and it blows up the big star map that you could walk through and point stuff out.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
it was kind of like that, but it was a full hologram kind of thing. But I'm like,
Okay.
where is that? It like hologram interactivity, like the holodeck? Is that where we're going? Do you think? Like, but they were like, yeah, kind of like virtual reality's the next. It's got to be the next evolution of video games. Like how much more pixels can you push out of high definition before that's it's basically standard operating procedure in every phone, tablet, whatever.
So I apologize for any technical difficulties. We lost Angel and his Skype connection would not come back up. So I'm closing out the show by my lonesome. So yeah, Angel's question. Where do you see the future of video gaming? Let us know where you think. FFF_nation on Twitter. Our contact information is found below in the show notes. Love to hear from you. Thank you for listening. We'll catch you next week. Goodbye.